Hey, fold up friends. It's really nice to be with you again. If we haven't met before, my name is Amy Carmody and I thought it would be really nice for us to practice together again. And today I'm thinking of doing a little core series. Added bonus, they're not essential. Really light hand weights, and I have some ankle weights on. It might be camouflaged. I love green if it's not at all obvious. I have green accessories and I was so excited to see this new sage mat. I am surrounded by green Aussie bush. There is a state forest right behind me. So I'm so excited to practice on this beautiful new color and really pumped to be with you today. Do what is possible and what feels right for you in this moment, and if anything doesn't feel great or beneficial, then just take a moment to breathe and do what feels best for you. When you're ready, come to lie down on your back. As I said, I have little light ankle weights on. They're just an added bonus. They're not necessarily needed. Let's have feet wide, knees knocking into touch. Take a moment to position the back of your skull, the back of your shoulder blades, and your pelvis onto the floor. Maybe hands connect to your belly or your rib cage to promote this feeling of landing and arriving into your movement practice. So today is this emphasis on our core muscles, which are in a 360-degree experience. Our core isn't just abdominals, they are our lateral trunk muscles and our posterior trunk muscles as well. And it can be so beneficial to train this region for this skull, thoracic, and pelvic floor relationship. So let's just to begin together, take an inhale through the nose, full big breath, and release through the mouth. If you feel like you need to do one more of those, inhale, big breath out. Alrighty, let's take feet together. Let's go long with the legs. You might even hook one ankle on top. Hook your thumbs and reach above the head. Let this lengthening arrive into your body, almost, that very exaggerated first thing we do in the morning. You might take a big yawn. And then place your feet underneath your knees, not too close to your pelvis there. Your heels don't have to touch your sitting bones. And let's go ahead and just lift the pelvis into a fairly low bridge for me. So you're only a couple of inches from the ground. You haven't integrated any movement in your rib cage. That is staying down in your trunk. You have really just elevated the pelvis and moved yourself into a nice strong hip extension position. You can do what I call the hamburger clasp of your hip points there and let your tailbone kiss the floor and elevate back up. So you've got these little bridge pulses, but again, there isn't any moving occurring at your rib cage. So if necessary, just go ahead and take your fingertips onto your ribs if you commonly move or compensate here. Keep these still as you, again, just move your hips up and down. So this structure of your pelvic bowl is going into extension every time you lift up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you lift up, hold that one. Pull your heels towards your body. Again, try not to jut your ribs as you do that. Make fists for me. Place them on your pelvic points. Make your fists push down and your glutes now have a little bit of extra load to lift up for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and when your glutes lower, let your knees kiss and just fully relax the effort of your glutes and your pelvic floor. Again, breathe in and full breath out. Okay, let's position ourselves so that this left thigh is elevating, knee is over hip, and your right hand, so opposite hand to leg, is pushing your leg forward in space, but the hip flexors of your hip are making your leg pull back into the resistance of your hand. Keep that happening as your left hand cups like a cradle the back of your skull. You can point your elbow a little bit more skyward. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, curl up off your shoulder blades. Chin nestles into the throat. Let's keep playing this game of resistance of the hand pushing the leg away, but the leg is a little bit stronger and can push back up into the effort of the hand. Lower your head, inhale, keep your thigh as it is. Exhale, lift up your shoulders. And then think about the rib cage getting closer and narrower. And think about the same experience happening between your two pelvic points. Let's do this twice more. Lower on inhale breath. Lift your head, chest, shoulders, exhale. Keep pushing the thigh, pulling the thigh. Inhale, lower. Lift up, exhale. Can we hold it here? Lift right heel now and lift right foot for 3. Keep pushing your leg and pulling your leg for 2. Right foot returns on 1. Lower left foot and both hands behind your skull. So fingers interlace behind the back of your skull. Elbows stay nice and wide. Simple march. Lift your left hip, place it back down. Lift your right hip and place it back down. Now, as this is occurring, I don't want you to flatten and push your lower back to the floor. I just want you to resist any movement at your upper rib cage and to not change your spinal curvature. So you have this nice little arch in your lower back. That's not excessive where I'm lifting up off the mat, nor am I trying to flatten it. That causes bracing, which is like a clench in your abs, which isn't nice for like a trunk abdominal pressure. It can wreak havoc on your pelvic floor. So just keep your natural curvature. You can switch change march. So you sort of switch mid-air for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep the right leg up. Right hand stays behind your head. It's your left hand to right thigh. Remember, we're playing a little game of push-pull. Let the hand push the leg away, but make the leg push back into the hand. Right elbow nestles in. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift off your head, chest, and shoulders, and play that game of resistance. Lower down, inhale, breath. Exhale, lift up off your shoulders. Twice more. Lower inhale, lift, exhale, keep that strong flexion in your hip. One more time. Lower inhale, lift on up, exhale. Can we keep ourselves up? Think chin right to chest. Hover off your left heel. And is it possible to hover off your left foot? And then keep pulling your leg into your hand for 3, for 2. And then when you come down, let your hands hamburger clasp again to lift up and down off your pelvis. Now, if possible, make those fists from the get-go, push them down into the pelvic bones so that your glutes have a little bit more resistance other than just your body moving through space to lift up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold yourself up on this next one. Only let your right butt cheek kiss the ground so your pelvis turns wonky. Then lift it back up. Let your left butt cheek kiss the ground and lift it back up. So we're causing this pelvic rotation and sort of training one glute at a time to lift into extension. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pelvis down. Hover this left foot from the floor. Right hand pushes it away. Left hand behind your skull. Elbow nestles in. Inhale, prepare. Let's exhale. Lift up off our shoulders and straight away hover right foot and maybe extend it to the front of the room. Lower it back to the floor. Lower head, inhale. Lift your head, exhale. Hover right foot, maybe stay there. When you push it away, squeeze its glute and make this thigh pull into your hand. Return the right foot, lower inhale. Lift up, exhale breath, hover the foot, maybe stay, maybe lengthen, pull in. One more. Lower inhale, lift, exhale, bring the right foot up. Can we kick it forward, lengthen it to sky, and forward. 3, 2, 1. Can we bring right foot in and come down? Lower the left foot. Back to glutes. Fists, press pelvic points. 10 bridges, keeping rib cage out of the equation. 7, 6, 5. Push down with the fists. 3, 2, 1. This time, left glute kiss. Lift up, right glute, left, right. So this sort of wonky bridge sway. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips to the floor. Right foot hovers. Left hand to thigh. Right hand behind the head with your elbow nestling in. Inhale is prepare. Lift up your head, shoulders, chest. Exhale. Hover left foot, stay, or kick it forward but strengthen its glute and flex deeper at the right hip. Return the left foot. Lower inhale. Lift off your head, chest, shoulders. Exhale. Hover the foot. Lengthen the leg. Bring it in. Lower. Inhale. Exhale, lift up, hover, kick, get that nice strong lift. Bring it in, one more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, can we lift up, hover, kick, and go flexion, extension. 3. Keep this strong hip pulling in. 2. And 1. Left foot in, head down. Legs down. Take your feet mat width and sway them to the right. And to the left, and to the right, and to the left. Well done. Not an easy feat. So, let's come onto our side now. We'll say a little bit of a good day to the obliques. So, from here, have your hand weights at the ready. Can you bring your elbow underneath the head of your shoulder? Get this nice length between the right and left edge of your collarbone. So generally when we find a little bit more lift of our chest, that's where we can see a lot of flare of our ribs. And that's at the detriment of working those obliques as best as you can. So keep the openness of your chest, but just guide your rib cage back a little bit into the torso. Elevate your hips from the ground. And let's just repeat this to warm the movement up. So a kiss of the right hip to floor, lift back up. The whole time you're keeping this integrity at the rib cage and ensuring that the back of your skull stays in line with your upper spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we hold it up there? Potentially with just a fist or grabbing a light weight, punch the roof. Really push away, watch those bottom ribs, thread the needle, so this left forearm comes underneath and squeeze those shortened obliques and then punch back up to the roof. So wind it under, feel compression and shortening of the oblique tissue and punch it back up. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it for 3, 4, 2, 1. Place your weight down. Come on to the right forearm. It's like a funky forearm quadruped. Left hand lines up with your right elbow. Hover your left foot from the floor. Look a little to the left and feel the front of your throat pull your skull back in space. Fire hydrant your left hip without moving so much at your lower back. So these true outer hip glute muscles, right? Strengthening them. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2. Can we hold this next one up? Bend the elbow a little bit more so you've made a shelf for your knee to rest on your tricep. Could we possibly feel this heel kick up to the roof and tuck your back toes and lift off the back leg? 5, push the ground away. 4, 3, 2, sneaky, isn't it? Come down and kind of shake it off. Well done. So let's grab our weight for the other side. So handy, isn't it? Having this extra padding for all of your bits. Okay, so we'll just have that at the ready. So we want to feel the head of your shoulder centrate, and then we'll just warm up the movement by taking, again, this nice broadness, ribs in, and 10 times lifting up and down. Prepares not only your obliques, so the lateral muscles of your trunk, but your outer hips as well. 4, 3, 2, this is where we grab our weight. Think punch the roof. When you slide under, that's when your obliques are performing thoracic rotation. Feel the muscles like clench and shorten. And then when you lift back up, resist that rib flare. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Can we hold it for 3, for 2? Take your weight down. 1. Let's position ourselves so that we're on left forearm and right hand. And we have 10 fire hydrants. You're trying not to move willy-nilly at the low back, to be really particular and, get as much not only strength but muscle mass development as we can. We really try to isolate it to just a hip joint movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that sneaky shoulder core work. You make a shelf for your knee to rest up on and stay there, or also tuck the back toe and lift the knee. 5, 4, push the ground away. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Again, isn't it so handy having that extra padding for knees and forearms? If you are in the mood to repeat all of that, head back down, do your supine glute work, supine abdominals, head over onto your side, focus on your lateral trunk muscles and your lateral pelvic muscles again. But thanks for moving with me. I hope it has made a difference to how you feel and really ignited this preparedness in muscles that are really, truly anatomically and physiologically really important for your daily life. So thanks, Fold Up friends. Such a pleasure as always, and I'll see you soon.